Shout out to DJ Milk on the 1 and 2s. It's episode 41 of the Village Legends Podcast. I'm Sess, that's C Flash. We're going to take y'all around the world of sports once again as only we can. Of course, C Flash, as we begin, the great 41s of our time, the great Dirk Nowitzki, probably number one on the list. Of course, there's also Tom Seaver, the Mets ace. And, of course, not to be undersold, another MVP of the finals and a regular season NBA MVP, Wes Unseld, also wore number 41, as well as my man Glenn Rice, who I used to try to shoot like when I was a kid. He was nice. My brother, a lot to talk about today. Some March Madness. Let it begin, let it end, let it never end. My brother, talk to him. Let the folks know.
Welcome back, family. We're going to get right into it because this NCAA tournament has been amazing. Says you touched on one name that I want to get into, and that is the great Glenn Rice out of the University of Michigan.
Ooh.
He is the last player out of Michigan to win a national championship, and they believe that was back maybe 88, 87. Around there, 89, around there.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the outstanding player of the national championship.
Amazing.
And he did wear number 41. And Glenn, props to
nice.
This day. And we're hoping that we can get there and not let you down.
Good segue, my brother, because they are in, baby.
Yeah.
Your boys are in.
Go Big Blue. Go Blue. Go Michigan. This past weekend was unbelievable. We seen some great games, especially with the UConn Huskies going against the Duke Blue Devils. It went down to the wire, folks. Went down to the wire. So much so that it's been talked about. I call it Monday Day Quarterback. Coach Dan Hurley and the stuff he did. But let's give a round of applause to his freshman player, and I believe I think he comes off the bench. I don't know if he's a starter, but he was a McDonald's All-American, and his name is Braylon Mullins.
Braylon Mullins, my brother.
And he made that shot. Game-winning. Well, I won't say. Yeah, I'll say game-winning. They were down. His three, made it 73-72, and we gotta give him some props because to all those Duke fans that truly felt that the game was in their hands, we're sorry to hear that.
Sorry for you guys.
Dookies really are Dookies, and just checking out. Shout out to Jay Williams. I seen him on.
Shout out to Jay.
ESPN.
He's the man.
And he is a good guy. Jay Williams from Jersey, stand up, and Jay Williams will always be a Duke Blue Devil until he dies, as you know, his history. He won national championship.
Yep.
So he's always constantly talking to the haters and the people that actually love Duke. And he was on First Take with Stephen A. Smith today, talking about actually sticking up for his coach, John Shire. And Jay touched on some things, saying that hey, there was a lot of great coaches that have won national championships, but it took them about double digits to get there.
Yeah.
And currently, we want to talk about Dan Hurley. Even though Dan Hurley is back-to-back UConn champion, it took him 13 years. But again, that's just it. It's the name of the game.
That's it.
So I want to go on and really, also give a round of applause to my Michigan Wolverines also, because they also are the other team that is going to be playing in the Final Four, and they're going to be going against.
They earned it. Earned it.
Drum roll versus the Arizona Wildcats.
The Arizona Wildcats.
For many years, Arizona has had numerous stars, great stars, and this is going to be a showdown. Both teams can really put you down for two halves of basketball. Of course, I'm sticking with my Michigan Wolverines, and there's no shock about that. Of course, my man Seth, he definitely knows that too.
No doubt.
He'll have his picks. But the showdown again, folks, is coming this Saturday. I believe the first game will be around 6 o'clock, and that'll be the UConn Huskies playing against the Illinois alumni.
The Illini, the Fighting Illini. Yes, sir.
Illini.
Yep.
And two Big Ten teams. Let's be clear. Two Big Ten teams are in the Final Four. So that's a round of applause to the Big Ten Conference. And again, so real quick, get back to Coach Dan Hurley.
Yeah.
So after the game, I'm sorry, after Braylon, what's his name?
Mullins.
I'm sorry. After Mullins made that great shot.
Emotions were high, my brother. Emotions were high.
It's all over social media, folks. I'm sure it's on podcasts. Coach Hurley walks up, he's after getting, rattled by his team and his coaching staff. He walks up and sees the referee, and it looked like he was about to kiss him. He gave him a straight headbutt, and with a little swag. But we call it taunting. At the end of the day, would normal people get away with that inside of a basketball game? No.
No.
Do we believe that should have been called technical foul? Hell yeah.
I don't.
I've never.
C-Flash does.
Never seen that in my life. I was still taken back by the shot. But what he did was a technical foul. Because if he can do it, that means everybody's going to be able to do it.
Now, that's a good point, right?
Then there was another thing we missed also. One of the UConn players was so excited. He came off the damn bench and into the middle of the court, jumping with it, trying to celebrate with his teammates. So that was two things that we missed that could have been a technical foul. How did the NCAA get that wrong? I have no idea. I guess everybody was taken back by the moment, which we understand. But again, if they can do it, everybody else can do it as well. Well, so that's what you think.
You know what? That's a great point what you just said there. If he can get away with it, then so should everyone else. Now, the only thing I would say, emotions are running high. Hurley is a cocky dude, as it is.
Yes,
all
he
right?
is.
Maybe borderline arrogant. Hurley.
Jersey.
Yeah. All right, Hurls, take it easy, Hurls. Don't give us a bad name there. But no, he did his thing. But I think emotions were high. I got the sense that he knew the guy. They go way back, probably him and the ref, and he knew that he could get away with that with this guy. You know what I mean?
Like the middle school.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the case. But I didn't get as much taunting as we did it, we won. We made it happen, and who knows what he said to him right there. Maybe he told him, "I love you, dude. We did it. Thanks for a great job tonight." I don't know, but that was a sight to see, my brother. Imagine if they did call a technical. Imagine what we'd be talking about today if they did call a technical and gave Duke a chance at the line to tie or win the game, possibly. That would have been insane.
Oh, hell would have broke loose.
Oh, it would have been.
That would have been an ugly, ugly mess.
He might have lost his job. If you think about it, if they would have lost that game.
It's a possibility.
So
it's a possibility.
It's a game of inches, my friend. Super Trucker Jersey, real quick, checks in, says, salute, Super Trucker, what up? He says, down to the wire. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, down to the wire. Absolutely.
Could we could we honestly say this might just probably be one of the best tournaments that we've seen in a long time?
Yeah, it's been special, man.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Just looking at how things have been ran. We get excited. I know I get excited for the college tournament, basketball tournament every year, because again, you want to see the best versus the best, and sometimes it's the lower seeds that knock out the best, and this has actually been one of the best that I've seen in all my years of watching the college tournament, and again, NCAA basketball has. I won't even say it stepped up. It continues to keep evolving, and shout out to the president of the NCAA, and I like how, again, this is the situation with Coach Hurley and what happened with him. Look, just to let it be known. Look, they let it go.
Yes.
And that's what we should have done, moving forward, but I'm sure in the future that's never going to happen.
No, I'm sure he got a phone call already. Yeah, I'm sure he got a phone call. The AD probably got chewed out by the NCAA, and he gave him that phone call.
They definitely let him know. He fell and bumped his head. Because if you've seen his father's, for those who don't know, his father is Bob Hurley Sr., and he's sitting in the stands, not even smiling about that with his son doing that. So that's a coach, and his father's a Hall of Fame coach. So shout out to Bob Hurley Sr.
Yes, sir.
One of Jersey's iconic coaches. And good luck in the Final Four to UConn, to Illinois, to Arizona, and Michigan coming up this Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
Another thing we want to touch bases on real quick is Senator Tuberville is proposing a bill to bring to Congress and to bring to the Senate to put some, the word I'm looking for is some, changes to the NCAA for all sports. His proposed bill is that you only get 5 years to play college sports. Okay, you'll only get 5 years to play college sports. He gave an example as to say that you should not be in there at 28, 29 years old still playing college sports.
We see that. We see that a lot.
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot. He says that he is definitely for college players to be paid. He says they should be paid. And he says even when he was a coach at the University of Auburn, he said from what for his 35 years of coaching, he's always said that these college players should be paid for watching them, see what they go through, and for what he's also had to make them do. He's like, yes, they should be paid. He's definitely old school because he's saying that when you do transfer, that yes, but you should only transfer one time, and that you should have to sit out for a whole year. That is the only thing I disagree with Senator Tuberville on. I do not believe that you should have to sit out a whole year. If you transfer, yes, it should only be one time, but you should not have to. I believe that's too excessive. That you're telling an athlete that they have to sit out for a whole year, and that's not fair. I disagree with that. We will see if that ever gets passed, but that's what he's proposing, and Seth, what do you think about that?
It's interesting. We'll see what happens. I actually do like it overall, the bill. The thing about sitting out a year, it is tough. They should work that. They should work around that somehow. But overall, the heart's in the right place. I like it. I think overall it'd be a good thing, my brother.
So you think they have to? You're cool with them having to sit out a year if they transfer?
Well, that's the thing.
A whole year.
I know. That's the thing. That's tough. Maybe they have to iron that out. But I like his overall premise for the bill. But there are some kinks to be worked out. It's probably not in the final form. And let's see what happens. Are there any rules now where kids have to sit out a year or no?
If right now that's off the table. That's no longer existing right now as we are speaking about this right now.
All right, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys posted on that. We'll follow that and get back to you.
As it stands right now, for all. Also, don't forget the ladies NCAA tournament for the ladies is going on. This is the last two games for their Elite Eight. Michigan, the female Michigan basketball team is down 21-34 versus Texas. And later on tonight will be South Carolina is playing TCU.
Nice, brother. Good update, my man. Anything else in the NCAA bracket?
No.
Or should we jump to the pros? A little NBA action. Let's talk about it.
We got boxing.
Oh, we'll go back to the NBA later?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go back to the NBA. Then talk to him on boxing then, my brother.
Real quick about the boxing. Shout out to Sebastian Fundora, the towering Inferno, defeating Keith one-time Thurman by a 6-round TKO stoppage. Keith, you tried to hang in there, buddy. You really did. And at the end of the day, I still consider you one of the good ones in boxing. Keith, you were a talented boxer, but I think the long layoff and you fighting somebody who's damn near like 5 or 6 more inches taller than you. I mean, he's about 6'5", 6'6". Keith Thurman, you're about like maybe 5'9", 5'10". Sebastian is overwhelming. He's also a lean fighter, but right now he is running the 154-pound division until somebody can knock him off of his pedestal, or his kingdom, I'll say, because he is a straight towering ladder, and he throws a barrage of punches on people. He definitely overwhelmed Keith. Um, you know, when you see him fight, you look at him, he looks like a class nerd type guy that's giving everybody, helping him out as a tutor and stuff with their grades. But Sebastian is a talented fighter, and shots out to you, champ. You definitely currently hold the 154-pound WBC title, and right now people got to come see you, to be honest, because you're showing that you are just a force to be reckoned with. And if you looked at the press conference, Keith Thurman said that I don't know where they found this referee at, because he has no idea how to manage a big time boxing matches. And he said before the stoppage, he said, if you just would have gave me 4 more minutes, Keith, your face looked like someone hit you with a bat. And we ain't talking about wooden bats.
Oh my God!
Like we know about wooden bats. Keith, your face looked like somebody hit you 20 times.
Oh my gosh!
We're not even talking about no bee stings. It looked like you literally went through a damn truck.
He looked like Martin Lawrence
on
the show. Remember?
Oh man, he looked like Martin. Yes, Martin when he fought Tommy Hearns. Yeah. Oh my God! I said, look at what happened. I said, Keith, if that man didn't stop that fight, we don't know if the conversation would have been different. Shout out to that referee who stopped that fight and saved Keith Thurman's career, and so he could go back to his family, and they could definitely try to recognize him, because as of right now, Keith's gonna have to walk around with some sunglasses around in the house. It was that bad of a beating. But moving forward, we'll see. I just want to touch bases because we missed it a week. The Undisputed Queen, the GOAT, Miss Claressa Shields, made some comments and said that she wouldn't knock these fighters out, but she feels that her style and again, she's undefeated. She has the right to feel confident. But from this aspect of and how we talk about sports on this podcast, I have to go out and say that to the GOAT, Claressa, you would not beat these men.
Sorry, Claressa.
Okay, I'm not even gonna say sorry. I see how hyped up you are, and I respect that. Okay, I respect that, sister. I really do. But stay in that lane, because when you talk about you would beat a Rolly Romero. Even you mentioned you even brought up Keith one time Thurman. You're getting a little bit out of the pocket, and we respect you as the GOAT, and that's what you are. But at the end of the day, hey, shout out to Papoose. I just wish, hey Pat, I wish you throw some bars and something that would motivate her to stay away from trying to challenge these men.
Listen, after Thurman's performance, maybe he should take that fight. I'm just saying. Banger checks in. What up, Banger? Salute, brothers. He says Fandura made Thurman and Tim Tszyu look like little boys, and they are talented fighters. Do y'all think she will beat Ali's daughter? We've talked about that before on the show. Claressa versus the great Miss Ali, Layla Ali.
Layla, yeah.
Layla's, I mean, she's older now.
She's been out of boxing too long.
Yeah, I think Claressa might have her right now. In their prime, that would have been a dream fight, a dream matchup, though. You know,
definitely. She even offered it, and we talked about it on our show.
We did.
Episodes ago. But they offered her $15 million, and Lady Layla said no. You know, she said, no, I'm good.
She's chilling. She's good.
You know, that would just have to be something that you have to dream about. That's basically it. She's been out of the ring way too long. And I'm talking about, I think maybe 10 years. So, no, that's not going to happen.
Nah, yeah, I don't think so.
Clarissa literally is an Olympic gold champion. She is the undisputed. She's also another one who's won 3 divisional weight classes. She is the goat of boxing. And I love Layla, even though Layla retired undefeated, but no. Clarissa, I think, would give her work. You know, and that's just my opinion, talking about it and about a sport. And I love boxing.
Yeah.
I just think Clarissa, definitely, her skills are untouchable for the time being right now.
Yeah, but both in their prime would be a great matchup, though. Would be an outstanding matchup there. What else in the boxing world, my brother?
That's it right now. You know, I'll get back with the schedules for the boxing schedules for I believe May, and also this month as well, in the next episode.
It's coming up as we move along here.
Yes, and some that are in the works as we speak. A lot of people are asking Sess for Tank to fight Shakur. And I don't know. I think they're working behind the scenes. We do know that something that has been confirmed is Xander Zayas will be fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. I believe that's in June. That's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a real good fight. So let's get ready for that one as well.
Nice, brother. Nice. All right. We take it from there, from the square circle. We'll take it out to the diamond, my brother.
Yes,
let's talk Major League Baseball, guys. Opening weekend has came and went. How did your team do? Let us know in the comments. We'll tell you about our team. Our team is the New York Mets. They went 2-1 on the weekend. They probably should have won the third game, but we had a little overzealous new third base coach waving around Lindor yesterday. Yankee fans, you're 3-0. Shout out to you guys. Aaron Judge had a rough first game, but he's picked up the pace since then. And they got a pitcher by the name of Cam Schlittler. Kid is legit, my brother Flash. Kid throws 100 smooth. He's got a big body, and he's a very confident kid. He's going to be fun to watch.
He was in the playoffs last year.
Yes, he was. He was in the playoffs. He made his presence felt in the playoffs.
Yes, he did.
Teacher LaShawn, hey VLs, what up, Teacher LaShawn? Welcome in. So, my brother, with the opening weekend, something we wanted to touch on were a couple things, but first we'll touch on this new Balls and Strikes challenge system that they got.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. So each team is given 2 challenges to call balls and strikes. It could come from either the offense or the defensive side, but you get 2. If you get the call right, in terms of if you challenge and it comes your way, you get the call overturned, you do not lose a challenge. So if you keep getting the challenge right, you won't lose those challenges. Now, mixed feelings about this. It delayed a couple games for a few minutes. Some people love it. Some people hate it. What are your thoughts on it, my brother? How do you feel about it?
I just think that anything that can delay a game, baseball is long enough as it is. So to know that they can continue challenging, even they get it right. I believe that if you're at the plate in the batter's box and you challenge a strike or you challenge a ball, there goes your challenge. But you should not have to continue you should not have the ability to continue to challenge everything else. That delays the game. Isn't that the reason, Sess, that they actually implemented and made the rule for the pitching clock?
They put the pitch clock in play, yeah, okay. Absolutely. All ways to speed up the game. And by the way, the pitch clock has done a great job to speed up the game, by the way, folks. You spend a lot less time watching games and at the ballpark now, which is cool.
So do you think that might be a little hypocritical?
In a sense, yeah. I think we haven't seen the final version of the challenge rule, of the challenge system. I think this is the first year. They'll test it this year. They'll see what worked, what didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they did like a mid-season tweak on the rules. That's rare, though. That would take a lot of craziness. But speaking of craziness, in the Reds game, Cincinnati versus St. Louis, C.B. Buckner was the umpire. Okay. He's a veteran umpire. He's been doing it for years. He was challenged 5 times, and he got the call wrong 5 times, my brother. I mean, oof. That is tough. That's like Angel Hernandez territory. Remember Angel Hernandez? Oh my God. This system was really made for Angel Hernandez, but he's not around to enjoy it. But yeah, messed up right there. 0 for 5. Buckner. Come on, baby.
Wow.
Might have to go back to ump school after a certain point. And here's an interesting thing. If we didn't talk about this. Take one guess if you had to take one player in Major League Baseball who's made the most challenges already. He's a hitter, not a pitcher, who's challenged the most calls already. Just in the first weekend, he was 3 for 4. He challenged them 4 times. He got 3 correct. Who do you think it was? Take a shot.
American League or National League?
American League. I give you another hint. Might give it away though.
It had to be Judge.
No.
No.
Yeah, Mike Trout. Mike Trout, Jersey's own Mike Trout, has challenged 4 times. He got 3 correct. Yeah. And it makes sense when you think about it. The guy is phenomenal. And by the way, he started off really hot, my brother.
Mike Trout is loving this.
Yes, Mike Trout might be back. Let's pray that he doesn't get hurt. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Because he started the season off well. And he's got a good squad, finally. You know, the Angels are the team in baseball who has not made the playoffs in the longest amount of time. They haven't made the playoffs. This is with Mike Trout on your team, right? They haven't made the playoffs in 12 years, brother.
Yeah.
That's with Mike Trout on the team. So that tells you, and that's with Shohei coming through too. They had Shohei for a couple.
Can you imagine?
You know, it's crazy.
They had Ohtani with the Angels, and they still couldn't win.
They still couldn't win, my brother. They still couldn't win. So that's that. That's the ABS system, guys. Let us know in the chat what you think about the ABS system. As our friend Trey would always say. Our executive producer Trey would always say, like, comment, and subscribe, please. And let us know what you think about the ABS balls and strike system. Another thing we wanted to talk about that came up during the Mets game on Sunday, my brother, is one of our new recruits, one of our free agent signings, Bo Bichette.
Yes.
Is off to a rough start. He's only got 1 hit in like 15 at bats. He did drive in a run on a sac fly, but he struck out a bunch of times.
Yes.
And our fans, our peeps, the peeps that we go to games with and sit next to, booed him, my brother.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful? Okay, so you made your presence felt.
Yes.
Tell them why.
Very disrespectful because let's be clear. This is Bo Bichette, okay? And
yes.
Bo is a clutch performer.
Yes, he is.
He definitely has a good bat. At the end of the day, we understand the deal he made with the Mets in the offseason, but he's a human being. Okay, it's I go through this every year where we might come across a disgruntled Mets fan or disgruntled Yankee fan. Oh, the season's over after the first week. The season. Do you know
the sky's falling?
How many games is in a major league season?
162, folks.
Thank you.
162.
Thank you. So no, we should not be booing him. That is the problem. Yes, do we want to win? We want to win now, we do. But let's be realistic, people. That is the last thing we should be doing is booing Bo Bichette. No, he will be fine. Okay? He will be fine.
He'll be fine. I mean, he led the American League in hits twice, folks. He'll be fine. By the way, I have this theory, my brother. This is what I'm thinking. Now, you know how we look at our Mets and we love what we see.
Yes.
But everyone keeps talking about Lindor and Soto. Everybody keeps talking about him, right?
Okay.
So Lindor's coming off the hand surgery. He slid into home. He got hit in the face on the tag. He took a pretty good shot. He's having a rough start to the season.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised, and you heard it here, folks, if it does happen. If it doesn't, I just took a shot at it. But I would not be surprised if Francisco Lindor misses some time this season, goes on the injured list, and Bo Bichette slides over to short. And folks, that'll be a little bit of a sneak preview because I think as we go, my brother C Flash, I think we'll see that this team is going to start to become more of Juan Soto's team and less of Lindor's team. And I know that's crazy to say because Lindor's been kind of the cornerstone and he's been the guy and he's been the pseudo captain sort of for the Mets. But I think as this season goes on and maybe beyond this season, I think you'll see Lindor have a lesser role in terms of a captaincy or whatever you want to call it, and I think it'll become more of a Soto team as he matures and gets into his 30s. So I would not be surprised if you see Bichette playing short this year, folks, and the Mets go back to that platoon at third of Vientos, Beatty, whoever else you want to throw out there. What do you think?
Uh,
I know it's not really. I'm kind of putting a cloud over him. I don't want to do that and damper him, but I don't know what it is about him. I don't see the same Lindor I've been seeing this year yet so far.
Number one, we have to question. Okay, how good is his wrist? Okay, is Lindor healthy right now? All right, he had this surgery on the wrist bone. Okay, I don't know what that bone is called.
The hamate bone.
Yes. So we got to understand again. How healthy is he? It's still the beginning of the season.
Yep.
And I get it because I know your mind. You have a managerial mind as well, and I understand how you're looking at it. But this is still
early.
Francisco Lindor.
Yeah.
And
it is right now.
I
agree.
believe as he gets whatever he is going through right now, because he didn't play in the World Baseball Classic, he will come along. But if he's not healthy, then yes, I see where you're going with that. Sess, if he's healthy, he'll be fine. He's staying right where he's at.
Let's see. From your mouth to upstairs, my brother. We'll see what happens.
That's a tough call. That's
a tough one. But guys, as you know, the whole point of it was it's only 3 games in. A lot of guys have started off struggling. A lot of guys who are usually even, guys who are, MVP caliber players don't always start off great. So I would lay off of it a little bit. Speaking of guys who have started off rough, let me just say this, my brother. Shout out to and rest in peace to our boy Phil Dock, a Village legend in his own right, who basically, as a young man, taught me about the baseball gods. I didn't really understand what he meant about the baseball gods, but as you watch and get to know the game, you realize that there's sometimes the baseball gods come into play. They're always watching. So Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners, during the Baseball Classic, did not shake his teammate's hand. And they got all over him. We talked about it on this show.
Sure did.
Cal Raleigh has started off the season 2 for 15 with 10 strikeouts. And I just want to say, Cal, the baseball gods do not forget, my brother. They do not forget.
They will humble you.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. That's all I want to say about that, my brother. Anything else in the world of baseball?
Yes.
A
round of applause to Mr. Jason Heyward, 16-year veteran, retired at 36 years old, folks, and a World Series champion with the Chicago Cubs. He's a 5-time Gold Glover. He started his career with the Atlanta Braves. Okay, Jason Heyward, Village Legends podcast and community. We wish you well in your future, and thank you for allowing us to see your talents on the baseball field, the baseball diamond. You were one of the greats, and we wish you well, and we want to give you a round of applause and a great shout out, my brother.
Nice career for Jason Heyward. He was actually, very highly touted prospect. They thought he was actually going to have a better career than he ended up having. He won't make the Hall of Fame, but he'll have a legacy. Made a lot of money in the game, and he'll be remembered. So nice job by Jason there.
Yes, he will,
brother. As we move on, we got a couple tidbits to talk about. Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger.
It just seems like he never leaves people's mouths.
Damn,
like
Tiger.
Damn. Like you want him to win. You do want him to win. Forget about golf.
Yes.
You want Tiger to win in life.
Yes.
Just to know that Tiger is literally a legend or an iconic name when it comes to sports. Golf first, but Tiger, you got to get out of your own way, man.
Yes, sir, man. Jeez.
And we're not here going to judge you at all. There are things that people go through in life, but they have to figure it out. Tiger, you have your kids.
Yeah.
And they need their dad, because right now your kids are they could be being chastised at school, and that's hard, man.
Yeah.
That's hard. You really can change the narrative, Tiger, and
They were talking about he wanted to make a comeback this year. I don't know how that's going to go now. Banger says take his driver's license away.
I mean, when you are known as a billionaire in sports, why don't you have a chauffeur? Someone to drive you.
You know what's crazy? The rumor is that he doesn't have a driver because he doesn't want anybody to know what he's up to. And that kind of tells you a lot right there. So, by the way, folks, Tiger Woods blew a 000. There was no alcohol in his system, but yet he was still charged with a DUI. So, you do the math.
Refusing to let them take a blood test, I think.
Or a breathalyzer.
Okay, a breathalyzer or urine, something.
I mean, well, the urine. That's right. The urine. That's right. That's what it was. He refused to take a urine sample. But what are you gonna do?
I mean, it's crazy. You're used to having a driver when you were playing golf.
Yeah.
Now you don't want to take a driver off the golf course?
Best driver on the golf course. Worst driver off the golf course. Tiger Woods.
Hey, Tiger. Man. Listen, man. Tiger. That's all I'm going to say,
man. That's it, Tiger. That's all we got to say about
you. We don't judge over here. We just talk about it, and that's it. But
Tiger, just don't want to, I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. Just you don't want to hurt somebody else, Tiger. No. You know what I mean? I mean, it's one thing if you hurt yourself, but now you're taking other people's livelihoods and putting them in danger. So that's something to really think about, you know?
But Seth, real quick, they said there was no alcohol involved.
Yeah.
Did you see the man's eyes
Something
on the mugshot? It was just like, wait a second, Tiger.
What is going on, Tiger?
Man, what did you take? Because that was some powerful, powerful stuff. And I seen the car. I think we all seen the car.
Whatever Tiger was on, he might have lifted that car and just tipped it over.
Oh, my. I mean, damn, Tiger.
Damn. Crazy stuff, man. Real quick, I also saw, just shout out quick to Lindsey Vonn, not to segue off Tiger to Lindsey, but she's rehabbing, my brother, and she was taking her first couple steps after surgery. I got to say, her bare legs were showing.
Yeah.
She basically has no knees. I mean, it's amazing what when you look at her legs, you're like, wow, she basically has no knees in there. There's really nothing there, but she's gonna do her thing in rehab.
Bone.
Yeah.
Bone. And
it's
you
pretty
know
wild.
what? As she gets older, because she's young, Seth, she might just be cane, walk with a cane.
Yeah, I can see it. I can kind of see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it going that way. But wishing both of them the best. Hopefully everything goes well for both of them, my brother. What else we got, my brother? We got some tidbits to catch up on.
Quick news. The new coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh, is I believe at the what they call the winter meetings for football, and he was asked about Odell Beckham because Odell has been surfacing around in the news and stuff, his name, and Coach John Harbaugh mentioned that Odell is a good guy. He says they have a good relationship, and it's a possibility that he could come back to the New York Giants.
Wow, that would be awesome.
If it presents itself. So, a lot of people seem to be excited. It is been talked about on sports channels alike, and it's being talked about on the Village Legend podcast today. Would we take Odell back? Hell yeah.
I think so, right? Absolutely.
I mean, he was playing flag football and caught the ball one hand.
Of course.
It lets me know Odell can still play this game.
Any downsides to signing Odell? I mean, at this point in his career, would he even draw enough attention to distract anybody from anything now at this point in his career? I wonder.
If Odell sees what it was like to even get on the team, and he knows that's all part of growing up, if the Giants or any team takes Odell, go to that team. Of course, go to a winner.
Yeah.
Okay, Odell ain't stupid. But if the New York Giants do come calling, it's in his best interest to just play his part because they will not hesitate to release him.
Yeah, they'll probably say, no tolerance policy, I guess.
Yeah, none of that diva stuff, man, because that diva stuff don't get you. It don't keep you in the NFL long.
He's not in his 20s anymore. He can't be about that life anymore. He's in his mid-30s, 36 maybe.
Yeah, when he came into the league, I think it was 2015.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's a grown man now, and again, with the experience and wisdom, you go through some stuff in life. So let's see what it is. Let's see if the Giants do bring Odell back to the metropolitan area. Let's see.
Yes, sir, my brother. Let's see. Anything else? He's 33. He's 33, so he might have a year or two. He might have a couple years left in him. Anything else in football, my brother?
That's about it, Sess. That is about it.
All right, we close to wrapping up, folks. You want to touch on the NBA, or should we leave it for next week?
No, let's do our top 5 power rankings.
All right.
It's looking good. I believe Boston clinched, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right, my brother.
Let me see something else also.
Should I tell this NBA story while we look for that?
Sure.
Chicago Bulls today released one of their players, Jaden Ivey, shooting guard, for his comments. The Chicago Bulls are celebrating Pride Month. Obviously, that's gay pride, LGBTQ, that whole thing. And on his social media, Jaden Ivey made a comment about how they are actually celebrating unrighteousness. This is what he said. They're celebrating unrighteousness. Now, Jaden Ivey is a born again. I don't know what his past is like, but he's a big believer in Jesus and the faith now. It's a tough one. The Bulls came out with a statement. They said he was released for conduct detrimental to the team. I don't know. I'm not sure where I stand on this, my brother. I might sleep on this one and get back to you next week. You got any thoughts that come to your mind right away on this? It's a tricky one.
At the end of the day, we're not going to stop. Do people have choices to speak their minds? Yes, they do.
First Amendment.
That young player, okay, he chose to speak his mind on his beliefs, and I'm sure he won't be the first, and he won't be the last. Again, I talked to my partner Sess about this before, and I will go on air saying it again. We have a president of the United States of America who is very, very boisterous on what he says. And people criticize him all the time. Is he apologetic? No, he's not.
Never.
So this what they did by letting this young player go, I think that was a little bit too much, because they could have just suspended him. But what are we saying here? What are we saying? What are we saying here, folks? And again, to our viewers and that's paying attention today, think about that.
Yeah.
What are we saying when we do stuff like that in sports? Because it's opening the door for other things to happen.
It's true. Yeah, it's a tricky situation. I agree with you. I think the punishment was too harsh. But sometimes, unfortunately, even in this country, free speech is not always free. Your employer can choose to do what they will with you, and it sucks, but that's what happened there. We'll follow up on that as needed, my brother. Let's see, we got a couple people checking in. Banga says he would go with Stephon Diggs over Odell. Can't knock that.
Okay.
Can't knock that. I would too, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Teacher LaShawn says he has the right to feel how he feels. LGBTQ individuals get to talk about pride, and he was expressing his pride. It's just a bit much now. It's true. I think feel how you feel. Don't hurt others, and you should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you guys for being with us for episode 41. Talk to him, my brother.
Sorry.
Go.
Those from getting to the NBA real quick to all the NBA fans, it seems that the Detroit Pistons have clinched. Boston Celtics have clinched. In the running is the New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, I believe the Raptors, and the Hawks. Well, I guess, yeah. I don't want to say the Sixers and all that because I don't really see them getting there. It's kind of tough, but you never know. Eliminated is the Milwaukee Bucks. The Chicago Bulls are eliminated. The Brooklyn Nets, the Washington Wizards, the Indiana Pacers from the East have all been eliminated. OKC has made the playoffs. San Antonio Spurs have made it. In the running or I'll say in the hunt, the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Rockets. I want to throw out there the Suns. We will see. Eliminated are the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, the Dallas Mavericks, the Utah Jazz, and Sacramento Kings. I want to also just real quick, Seth. You want to give up your top five?
Yeah, let's do it, brother. Let's do it. By the way, my Knicks are 23-8 in their last 31 games. Just throwing that out there. I got OKC at the top. I got my Knicks at 2, San Antonio at 3, Boston at number 4, and the Nuggets coming in at 5. Although I almost put the Lakers in there because they're playing some good basketball right now, my brother.
I'm gonna go with OKC number 1, Boston number 2, San Antonio number 3. The Cavs are number 4. The Knicks are number 5, and I'm gonna switch it up and go honorable mention Houston.
Nice, that's a good call. Banger says, what do y'all think about the UConn coach going face-to-face with the official? Should he have gotten in trouble? We talked about that to begin the show, Banger. C-Flash thinks he should have been teed up. He gave him one of these. I disagree. I think it was emotional. I think they're probably cool with each other, the coach and the ref there, so I'm totally fine with it. C-Flash wants to tee him up, ban him from the Final Four, the whole 9 yards. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway. Banger, and also real quick, says, to Banger, this is where I'm at right now. My mindset is on this, brother, right? So Banger, wherever you at, check it out. All right? Okay.
Michigan, there it is.
Okay, that's where my mindset's at right now. We on to Saturday.
Happy sports birthdays to Secretariat, the horse. Would have been 56 today. Triple Crown winner Secretariat did her thing. Chris Canty, former Super Bowl champion, former New York Giant, defensive tackle.
Okay.
Sergio Ramos, Spanish footballer, one of the best defenders of his generation, turns 40.
Okay.
And Richard Sherman, one of the best cornerbacks of his generation, turns 38 today, my brother.
All right.
Banger says, I'm a Michigan fan also. So you and C-Flash will be rooting them in, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for hanging with us, folks. C-Flash, take us out as only you can, my brother.
Thank you to our VL. I like that VL community and viewers. Thank you for tuning in again. And please be safe and have a great week. And as always, think sports. Peace.